Stay down there and raise up. You start stepping forward because you got tired, cheater. You got one more set, right? That's all? This is Stephon Hampton, and I'm on the spot. My name is Stephon Hampton, owner of HamptonWorkout. Trainer here in Forestville, Maryland. Train a lot of athletes, general clients, boot camp programs, one-on-one, recovery programs, sports performance. So pretty much everything targeted to your goals and training needs that you need, we have here. Going into my 12th year now. So right now I'm working with Shane Messenger, play punter and kicker for St. John's. Earlier we had a couple players came out here from Army, Maryland, Tennessee Martin. Plus we had Murray Mack, Davidson, so they all just left out of here. So we got people at different programs, in Oklahoma, Maryland, Texas A&M, so pretty much everywhere around the country. Basketball players, football players, every sport, even rowers. So when we started training was, I played Division I football at Delaware State University. Tore my ACL a couple times, so that kind of got me in the mood of just being around, like in the therapy room, things like that, strengthening, constantly working to get better, to get my knee back stronger. So that got me into it. Then I studied sports management at school. So I actually didn't know I wanted to be a trainer. I wanted to be an athletic director, which I was at 23, and kind of got into training, just me working out and people on Instagram just saying, hey, can I work out with you? And I was like, sure, we can work out. And it kind of just like took off from there. It's pretty much just like a type of vibe and environment we have here. Like everybody wants each person to get better. So like we seen earlier, there was no egos involved. We all push each other and all pretty much reach out to each other on social media. If someone gets an offer, they all reposting it. So it just keep me going to see that you got this community of just building success and, you know, helping out not just our people, but everybody, you know. It's not just a black thing, a white thing, anything like that. Yes, we have a lot of African-American athletes in here, you know, so it's just a good bond to see them. And, you know, in Forestville, Maryland, which is actually not really the biggest area, you know, it's a smaller area over here where we don't have access to some things that I want to bring to our people to, you know, to have that other schools and other facilities might have. So that's like the motivation to keep us going, just building between that. And you can see all these banners around here. These are scholarships and full office. So right now we have a 100% scholarship rate in our program. So anybody that started in our program and completed the program for years out went to school for free. So that's it right there. So when I started training, of course, like most young trainers, they might not have certifications. You know, they just do it because that's something that they're into and bring that passion. And I started noticing like the style I was doing was based off kind of like the style called Exos. So I fell in love with their program and started studying some of their work and adding it to what I learned, and then got multiple different certifications and just like combined them all together and just made like my own style and put, okay, I like this part, this certification here, I'm gonna add that to it. I like this part, add this to it. And then to me, that brings out HamptonWorkout. So when most people come in here, the first thing they always say is, man, it's just different. You know, that's really, that's their definition every time, it's just different. You know, the parents love it. You know, I reach out to the parents. It's not a thing where you just train and going about your business. You know, we might drop all shoes here, clothes, all kind of things. We even have boot camp and brunch events. So like we do so much stuff. So when we come having certifications, it just lets you bring out more to the program that you offer. Besides just their goals, it's more about the things you do outside of the gym. You know, just simple things, just like reaching out to them when they're not your clients anymore. Saying, hey, are you still working out? Just checking on you. So I still do that. Let's go. So people I'm not even training no more. You know, it might not be an everyday thing, but if I see them across their posts on Instagram, I might just, hey, keep working. You know, let me know that I'm still watching. Like I'm still your trainer, even though you're not physically paying me no more, coming here working with me. To me, I'm still your trainer. You know, I'm still gonna check up on you. Still make sure you're eating right. You know, so that's how that kind of works. You know, just still being involved with them. Oh man, I love it. I'm glued to the TV every Saturday because most of my kids right now are all in college. We have some that went pro. I probably work with that went pro. Actually, we had a guy here that was here during Christmas break who was on the Bengals when the season started, and got released the last cut. He's in here training with us, Christmas break with the college kids, some of the high school kids. 2 days later, he get called for the Broncos. Now he done flew out the next day to Denver. So just saying things like that, it's just like, wow, like he was just here. And people get to see that, like, man, I'm just working out this dude who got the same goal, who got cut, who's still working. Don't know if he's gonna be able to play again, but he's working like he still got a chance, and boom, phone call. So there's just things like that, man. Just like you just gotta keep going. So I love it. I glue the TV every Saturday, flipping through, checking stats. If I don't watch the game, I'm on the ESPN app, just checking stats. I might post their stats, like, hey, such and such had 100 yards. Everybody be posting it. So then again, we still all motivating each other at the same time. So when one win, we all win. So that's how we do it. Reading, still reading books. If I'm not reading books, if I get some downtime, just YouTube videos, wanting to check out. I got a couple of people that I might follow that I like some of their style of work, and say, let me try this drill to add to. I might specifically look up something for like my speed program that I want to add. That if it's something I can't figure out, like why can't this guy start to come out more powerful? What drill should I change? Or so I always just reading again, studying, or even my staff in here, we just picking each other's brain all the time, talking about stuff. Did you see this? Or send each other clips. Hey, you see this clip? You see this drill they doing? So we still work together, still push each other to keep trying to get better. So always in the books. Which something I wish I did more when I was younger. I got to it actually once I kind of got the buzz in the city to let me start studying even more. Ready? You good? Princess, start running. I still get amazed every time I open the door. To be honest with you, just to walk in and, one time I walked in, it was just 2 racks in here, 2 bars. That's all I had. So, but I never trained as if we didn't have everything to try to make them get better. So it's still amazing. It's amazing every time you get a phone call and you might have this 5-star athlete. Like, hey, I heard to come work with you. And it's just weird that people, that's the first thing they say, like, I heard to come work with you. Like, you're the man to get the job. But your program, you guys get people where they need to be. So, and I like to make it seem as it's a we thing. Like, I don't like to say just me, like say my team. I don't like to call them employees, say my team, because everybody in here, just because they might see me working with some person, there's gonna be a time where one of my trainers gonna be engaged with that person to do something. It could be as simple as just stretching. Or I might add, hey, condition, I want y'all to get some work in with Coach Vaughn, get some boxing work in. So and just to see that, like, from me, from training out the trunk of my car and doing boot camps at FedEx Stadium, to having a team and to having a facility, I just thank God every day, man. That's all you can do. Keep your chest up. When I just got overbooked, just like I need more staff. I always had somebody always helping me. Most people was coming like helping me out for intern, and Vaughn been here for a while. He's helped come fill in. Helped come fill in with me when I couldn't cover something. He actually trained with me at another gym. So if something came out, I used to call him and say, hey man, can you come cover a session? I got something to do today. And he always will. So he kind of got on board like that, just always helping me out. So, but definitely just being overbooked, and then want to switch more to just focus on athlete-based, kind of maybe have to get a team, because I didn't want to let go of my general clients who've been with me for years. Before I had all these 5-star athletes, these big-time players. These are the people that helped me get started. So I still train them to this day. Like I won't let that group go. So I try to stay humble and remember everything that helped me get here as well too. When I was coaching, I did like coaching, but when you're coaching, you're more of, there's so many other people involved. It's kind of hard to give everything of you. When you work with so many different people. Then when I became a head coach in basketball, and I played football in college, I actually liked coaching basketball again because it was just me and my assistant coach. So it wasn't all these different voices in your head and all these opinions. You just, not saying you can't work with people, but it just gets a little distracted, and sometimes it just don't work when you got so many people like that. So between that and then transitioning that to training, it's still that way for me to be around the sport without having to deal with all the other parts of it, a lot of politics and stuff like that, which is still politics in this business, but it's still more personal and it's not business. So, you can kind of still imagine how you want it. Shane. Oh, she's not with you? My session. Yeah, so long. But y'all ladies about to run too though, so stretch out 12:30. Yeah. Man, to be honest with you, you do get stagnant and complacent. You know, it's because it's, at the same time, I don't look at it as work, but it is work. And you have those moments, you know, like everything. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like I want to retire. You know, you just get tired, you know, to be honest with you. But then you always get another person that comes in that give you that extra spark. You know, like I feel like that a couple weeks ago. I go through that sometimes, and then I got Princess came back, and that was like the extra spark because she came out from ACL injury. So I'm like, I gotta get the girl to play again because that hit me more personally because I told my knee. You know, so you just have those different moments where you might get a kid that just like they need you. You know, and it's, you know, God got me here to, that's my job to do. So, and then just as far as like the training, it's just again reading new stuff. You know, just staying, observing, and doing research. So say, oh, let me try this. I'm gonna add this to it. So there's so much stuff out there where it could always be new. You know, so. Oh man, there's so many of them. But weight loss is always like the one because that's the one that's so much more emotional for the client because they might plateau sometimes, and I didn't lose nothing, but I had people lose hundreds of pounds, and just if it was a lady that was here, Lisa, been with me for a long time, you won't even see her as the same person. She went home, her parents they knew who she was. Yeah, she lost over 100 plus pounds. She's like 160 something now, like 270. So, you know, that was like the first one. 3 sets. Not to buy everything at once. Try to. Like that's why I teach people now. Like I do seminars. I speak at a lot of places. I speak at universities. I held seminars here for our business. So one thing I wish I learned was don't try to buy everything at once. You know, even little things like QuickBooks. Nobody told me how to run a business. I just did it. You know, so just wish I had more experience or people that I wish I had more mentors to help me because I really actually feel like I did a lot of this, you know, on my own, just going through the process and learning as I go. 5 laps, Angie. Get on out there, enjoy that weather, girl. I still have the vision of I want this to be a place where people come back to that's like pros, that's not even just from this area. You know, just to have, where you going for the off season? I'm going to DC, work at HamptonWorkout. You should come. You know, have that buzz that people have on social media where they're flying to Florida to work out with this one guy. You know, I want that to be that, or like just a bigger facility, just more of just a place where more people can come in. Because right now, we kind of keep it real limited because it's more of that private setting. But we're trying to go a little bit more commercial now. So maybe a bigger place. Stick what works for you. You know, if it's working, it's fine. You're gonna have a lot of people that don't like your program. You have a lot of people that do like your program. You're gonna learn as you go, but between that, stick with what works. Stick with what works and read more. Just keep educating yourself. You always continue to learn. You know, my thing was the weight loss thing. No matter how bad I wanted athletes, if I would have sat there and said, okay, I'm just gonna train athletes, it would take me a lot longer to grow because it's so hard to get athletes. And most athletes come by who they see in your gym, which I hate. I want you to come by here because this is a place that you see that's right for you, not because I train such and such. And you're gonna get that. That comes with it. Yes, it's good for marketing, it helps you, but you might get here, you might not like it. You know, even though it's gonna work for you, but you might be so used to something else that you like, man, this is way 10 times harder than what HamptonWorkout was. But are you getting better? You know, that's the difference. You know, so go what works for you. And like I said, if you're the trainer, just stick with what works, man. If you killing it with people losing weight, don't give up on them people. Keep working with them too. You know, you can add the athletes if you want. Cause a lot of people reach out to me about training athletes, and I tell them, athletes come and go. Just let you know, if people work 9 to 5, they're here every day. You know, so always remember that they felt better than the day before, or that they accomplished something. You know, if you came in here and worked out, I didn't waste your time. You felt like you came in here and got better. That's all I got to ask. Did you get better today? You know, our motto is dare to be great, and that's what we live by. It's not just about in the gym, it's about life, classroom, anything you do. It has nothing to do with sports. They might think it do, but no. If you're going to do something, be great at it. Don't just do it. Try to be the best you can be.